can binge watch the entire playlist of Chair Shot Reality on the Wrestling Inc.'s YouTube channel. Make sure you like the channel, subscribe, share, comment, do everything you can do. It is the #1 procrastination tool on the internet, behind watching matches of Katie Arquette, Juice Springsteen, Justin LeVar here in studio at Point Park University. Bobby Lashley's returned. You and I touched on it briefly last week in the show. He's back, and the #1 thing I'm hearing from everybody on social media is Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar, both have MMA backgrounds. Time ticking potentially on Brock Lesnar's pro wrestling career, or at least in this tenure with WWE. So I boldly ask you guys, do you want to see Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar at all?
Not for the title. I think that if Lesnar gets, I don't know when he drops to Roman. Does he drop it in Saudi Arabia?
We'll talk about that later in the playlist.
Oh, perfect segue.
That's called a tease.
Ah.
Yeah.
Anyway, not to be confused with her.
Foreshadow.
I don't believe.
Foreshadow.
I don't believe that they need a title if it's Lashley Lesnar. And again, I don't know if it's Lesnar's last program before he goes and does UFC thing. Then maybe you put Lashley over and then set up for something whenever Lesnar comes back, if and when that happens. I'm intrigued by the match because they've both been in MMA and like they've been doing this thing where they're back and forth for all these years now, and people have been talking about it for years. So. It's a cool little dream match, I guess.
Yeah, the match itself I'm definitely excited for, but I wouldn't want to see it for the title. Like you said, Lesnar's had a good run. He's, eventually his wrestling career is going to come to a close. So I feel like if he does drop the title to Roman and then they have the match, then it's more like, ooh, how is Lesnar going to be leaving us?
Anytime somebody beats Brock Lesnar, it's a huge rub, and they've been very cautious about who gets to beat Brock Lesnar ever since he beat the streak. I mean, there's only been there's less than a handful of people that have gotten to get the better of him,
or even get the chance,
or even get an opportunity. Correct. Yeah, I agree. Title, no. If Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley have a match, especially if it's like Lesnar's last one before this current deal expires and he goes back to the Octagon, it would have to be very similar to the Goldberg match at Survivor Series. It would need to be Bobby Lashley, because I mean this would be the first time they've met in this. I mean I can't remember if they ever fought back in their previous 10 years.
I don't think so, because Lashley came in around 06.
So Brock was already gone.
Yeah, and then whenever Lesnar came back, Lashley was doing other stuff and then was in TNA, so they've never
crossed paths.
So so this truly would be a first one, unlike Goldberg and Lesnar, which had happened before. So Lashley and Lesnar would be a first time legitimately ever. So if that happens, they would have to treat it like the Goldberg match. It would need to be bell ring. Lashley needs to be dominant. There cannot be really any weakness. I think otherwise it's not going to come off as powerful and as much of a rub as you want it to have it be.
Do you think it has to be for a rub though? You don't think that they can just go out there and just have a really 8 to 10 minute power guy match?
It would have to be a challenge though, because Lesnar's always doing the same moves in every match. He dominates. He overpowers.
I just wouldn't want to see Lashley come in and by default just get put over a minute 25.
Yeah.
Maybe not that quick, but I guess basically take the blueprint of what we've seen with Braun and Brock.
Did they do it at Mania last year with him and Goldberg? That was like 10
minutes?
Yeah, it's a
8
sprint,
to 10.
But you get Lashley's big stuff over. You still have Lesnar look strong at least, and then you have Lashley be the victor.
So it would be the blueprint
for a rematch.
It would be the blueprint of how Braun and Lesnar's looked. Just minus Braun lost, and we need to have Lashley get over. I think you have one. You really have one golden chance here with Bobby Lashley. As I said last week, and I'll reiterate it again. Bobby Lashley has a great look, but so does Brock Lesnar. Bobby Lashley is legitimate. So is Brock Lesnar. Bobby Lashley does not have that overwhelming personality that captivates me in. Braun Strowman does, and Braun Strowman's got a hell of a look. So it's like I feel like Bobby Lashley. Okay, if I'm a casting agent, what's your role? And if he goes in there and just loses to Brock Lesnar. If we in fact get this match in the next couple months, then I don't really know why am I caring about Bobby Lashley? He's giving me nothing that Samoa Joe, Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman. He's giving me nothing that none of the other guys are giving me.
So he needs to put up. Well, then he has to at least put up a good fight, if not win. Then you'd say he has to win to be elevated above those guys.
I think he really does. I mean, he's
and like you always say, Lesnar beat the streak, and now anybody who would beat Lesnar gets that much
rub.
more of a rub. So it is like a one-shot opportunity for Lashley here.
When Brock Lesnar,
that's why they kind of got lucky with Goldberg. When they did it, they just kind of did it and didn't make it a big match. They kind of
well, it also worked the fact that that's like Goldberg's gimmick is to come in and beat people quickly.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I've always said beating the Undertaker streak is like inheriting a trust fund. And so then from that point on, anybody who might get the better of Brock, you get a little bit of that money. That's what I look at the entire situation is. And again, since he's beat the streak, very few people have gotten any bit of that money to take from the trust fund that Brock Lesnar has gotten. Like that analogy. Love to hear what you think at CS Reality on Twitter. You can follow us all on Twitter and comment as well at Juicy Steen, at the KT Arquette. We got more to come here. Josh Eisenberg's going to talk NXT plus the greatest Royal Rumble ever. We're going to make our predictions of the greatest Royal Rumble. You can also win $500 and a Winged Eagle title belt from WrestleRumble.com by making your predictions. So make sure you stick it here. We'll give you the cheat sheet of what's going to go down in Saudi Arabia.